Come on, hit the button, cuz.
You guys ready to
Draw me this way wherever you want.
rock and roll? Buckle up, buttercups. This key fob is gorgeous. What's your favorite thing about the car so far, as aesthetics?
It's so smooth. Just driving it is just, it's super smooth.
Smooth, nice.
Handling's really good.
Tell us what makes this car so special, Vance.
Well, this car is special for a couple of reasons. One, you know, just the fact that it's a Cadillac CT5-V is rare. But this one is actually a Blackwing, and it has a manual transmission. So it's kind of the end of an era where you're going to be able to get manual transmissions in performance cars, and this definitely is a performance car.
Definitely the end of an era. Definitely. This is
They made 120 of these cars.
And what does 120 signify?
Signifies 120th anniversary that Cadillac has been in business.
Nice.
And so this isn't just a typical Blackwing, this is one of those 120 special cars that they made for the anniversary. And so that's important, because the what they let you do is you get to pick the last 4 digits of your VIN number to represent one of the model years of Cadillac production. So this particular car is number 1959.
And why'd you choose 1959?
Because we have a 1959 Cadillac that's blue like this, and that was the end of an era too, because what was special about that was the year they had the highest tail fins on any car ever. So that kind of ended that sort of styling era. And now this is ending the modern era with, you know, internal combustion engine, high performance manual transmission cars.
And let's just say, in comparison to what the latest greatest technology is, let's put it up against your Lucid. How much of a difference in feel, with this being the last ICE car and being a manual transmission and pretty potent under the hood, what would you say is so significant about this in regards to the Lucid, and where the Lucid picks up? And
well, where I'd say they're actually similar is that they both handle extremely well. That's probably,
which is rare for a sedan.
yes. So they're both very good handling cars. I mean, obviously this is completely different than driving an electric car with a manual transmission. They're both fast
And rare.
and rare.
It'll be interesting when you get the Sapphire. Both blue cars next to each other. It's a very similar color to this too. Do you know what this will do in like 0 to 60?
The manual transmission is, I think it's around 2.6 seconds.
That's pretty impressive. You can feel it, and we're not even in the break-in period.
Oh, I'm not even touching it. And we're in 4th gear.
Yeah, this is basically a 4-door ZR1 with a lot of luxury and beautiful touches. It's pinnacle of GM, that's for sure.
But the ride is really just very, very.
Yeah, the magnetic ride has always been Cadillac's greatest attribute to. I mean, even Ferrari uses magnetic
Like it or
ride
love it,
based
Kyle?
off of Cadillac's
Love it.
technology.
Checks every box.
Be interesting to see it up against a modern European high-performance sedan.
I definitely would give them a run for the money.
Be able to put it up against the Z06 in a little.
That'd be interesting to see. In retrospect, how the DCT and the flat plane crank Z06 are innovated and evolved into that from where this takes off. I mean, this is still basically a ZR1 from the C7 era's power plant is basically what
Yes,
this
pretty
is.
much.
Just detuned a little bit. The dash is beautiful. I wonder if it has the different gauge settings and everything as you
Oh, I'm sure it
shift
does.
through track mode and all that. Beautiful car. You gotta build a gap.
But I mean, that was 2,000 RPM,
Yeah.
and I wasn't floored. Just
No, but you could definitely. What's appropriate for us to call it? I guess we can call it the G meter in our pants. You could definitely feel it.
Yeah. But you don't normally, we were referring to like, the European cars and stuff like that.
Right.
They, you don't off idle have torque. You got to rev them a lot more. And whereas this is
Instant on tap. You don't really hear the blower.
no.
The exhaust sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it does. It's really, really throaty. And you've got it in quiet mode right now. You didn't turn it back on to it.
Right.
I'll put it in
Burps, burbles,
track
and
exhaust or whatever.
you're not allowed to hit the V button and engage that until it's broken in, right?
That's right.
Love these carbon fiber seats.
Yeah, the accents, everything. The Cadillac really knocked it out of the park with the interior in this car.
You're turning traction, right?
Yeah, traction's off.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're not racing down corners.
Traction's to give it the beans. No traction. It still has limited engagement with it, but it's not completely off.
That stability control still stays
Yeah.
on to a degree.
Yeah, they really, really put a lot of attention to detail into improving these interiors over the CT5-Vs. Beautiful infotainment. And it's just so off-putting to see a 6-speed transmission in.
Well, just to see one period anymore.
Well, yeah, to see one period anymore, but specifically in a high-performance luxury sedan, that's an American luxury sedan at that. That's
Yeah, that's the only one that has it.
really impressive. Well, this car is just visceral. I mean, once it's put in race mode and the governor's taken off the rev limiter, it's going to really, really, really wake up.
Oh yeah.
This thing is going to be
Obviously, it's got a.
extreme.
Yep. It's obviously 37 miles. It's got to be broken in properly.
Plans to taking it out to the airstrip and run it in a mile event at all? Maybe one
Yep,
or
absolutely.
nice. Do you know if this has a governing speed, or you said it can go up to?
It'll go about 207 top speed.
There we go. Nice. This thing feels really tight.
Doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah, it
stable.
does.
Yeah,
And this is the bumpy road.
yeah, no, definitely. And the seats are really, really well bolstered.
Yeah, they are.
Watch the person.
Those crazy goobers. Sounds like you got the tires warmed up.
Yeah. Picking up a little bit of pebbles now.
Nice.
It's wet.
Oh no, I know. I mean, that's figuratively speaking.
But did you notice how flat
Yeah,
the car stays when you turn? You know, you're going around the corners.
Yep. This right here is a nice little chicane to test that. See? Nice. Yes. You don't get this in an EV. I mean, you get the lateral G feeling, but like just the sounds, it doesn't. This is special. How's it feel back there, Matthew?
Feels great.
Kyle?
Amazing.
You're all planted in the seats?
Oh yeah. Getting my back broken.
Was that a granny shift?
Yeah.
Nice.
One thing that this car also offers, which is unique, is that you can do a no lift shift.
No lift shift. When you're way on the throttle?
You just keep your throttle. Yeah, you can have the full on the throttle, and you don't have to let off it all to shift.
It's a 4-door Corvette. A beautiful. So if you were to take this and the 59 out, how would you compare those two in evolutionary standards as far as where the 59 is evolved and where Cadillac has kind of fell off the map for a little while as the world standard of American luxury?
Well, both of them are, very well put together, very good cars. The objective of the 59 was not to be a performance car; it was meant to be a luxury car. So it rides it's very quiet and rides extremely smooth, similar to this car.
Nice. And you've owned previous V series cars in the past before, correct?
Correct.
And this comparison to the previous generation CT5-V?
Oh, this is a lot better.
Ooh, that sounded good. That sounded good.
Looks like you got a little space up there.
We able to put it in track exhaust sound so we can get some nice burbles on the... And all it takes is a little pressure on that right foot. This thing wakes up. Shifts,
it shifts very smoothly in any event. You don't really necessarily have. If you're going to race it,
right
on the track, the rev match is very useful. But around just driving on the roads, not necessary.
Yeah, I'm sure you could easily get this thing out and set some manual fastest stick shift American-made car class records. This thing's pretty wicked. And what is the difference of this versus the actual Blackwing engine that they had in the earlier generation, the 5.5 liter?
It's larger displacement.
Right.
It's more it's got a lot more bottom end.
The CT4 also gets a lot of praise.
Yes, it does.
She's a beauty, sir. She's a beauty. This thing's got a special place in my heart now. That's for sure. Oh.